Hey friends, welcome to today's tutorial. In this video, I'm making this beautiful dress for a 6 to 7-year-old child. This dress has a Peter Pan color, is belted, it has a puff sleeve and then a zipper at the back. If this is something you are interested in, then grab your fabric, thread your sewing machine and let's get right into the details. So I've gone ahead to cut out 2 pieces of fabric. That's my main fabric piece, and I have my lining piece here. I'm using cotton prints for both the main fabric and the lining piece. So this is for the back, and then I have here the pieces for the front. It's also a piece of fabric on fold, same as the lining piece. The width of the bigger fabric is 9 inches and I have a length of 10 inches. Then for the smaller piece, which I'm using for the front, it has a length of 10 inches and a width of 8 inches. So my dress is going to be having a zipper at the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the lining pieces from the main fabric. So I'll cut on the main fabric, after which I'll use it to cut out the lining piece. So I'll place the smaller fabric on top of the bigger one, and I'll make sure that the folded ends are facing the same direction and the pieces are also facing the same direction. So because there's going to be a zipper on this dress, I created an excess of 1 inch on the main fabric, which is going to serve as my zipper allowance. So fold that 1 inch excess beneath the fabric piece. Then the first thing you want to do is to input half of your shoulder measurement, which is 5.5 inches mark. Then you also mark out 6 inches for the chest line. So from the top you mark out 6 inches and connect both points with a straight line. I'm going to be extending this line outward. And for the neckline, I'm doing a neck width of 2.5 inches by 2 inches for this dress. So I'll mark those 2 points and then curve in my neckline. I'll then drop the shoulder by half an inch and then reconnect to touch my neck curve this way. And for the back neck, I'm going to go down by 0.5 inches and then I will mark. So because I'm placing a color on this dress, I don't want the neck for the back to be too deep. So I'll draw in my back neck curve and I'll input a quarter of my bust measurement. I'm working with 7.5 inches for this child. I'll mark that. Then on the waistline, I'm going to input 7 inches for the waist and connect a straight line from the waist to touch the chest line. So the next thing we are going to do is to draw in our armhole curve. So I'm using an armhole curve ruler for this. You can as well use your free hand to curve in the armhole. And when you are done with this, it's time to cut out our pattern. So I'm going to cut out the back neck and then I'll continue to cut the shoulder slope, and then I'll proceed to cut out the armhole and the sides of the top. So you take out the back piece, the fabric beneath, and then you complete the cutout for the front of this dress. So I'm done. I'll bring in my lining pieces and then I would also cut out the lining pieces, same as we cut out the main fabric. So I'm placing the main fabric on the lining piece and then I'll proceed to cut out the front, after which I will cut out the back piece. So after cutting out the lining pieces, I'm going to slash open the main fabric, the center back. So I'll slash it into 2 and I would also repeat the same thing on the lining piece as well. So these are the 2 pieces for the back and then the piece for the front. So I'm going to be joining the shoulders together. I'll join the back shoulder to the front and I'll repeat same for the other side. So you are going to do same for the lining piece. I'm joining the lining pieces separate from the main fabric. So I've joined the shoulders and this is the main fabric. Remember to repeat same for the lining piece. So to cut out my collar, I'm going to fold in the 1 inch zipper allowance I have at the center back. Fold it in and then further fold the top into 2 this way. So this will help me to be able to cut out my collar with ease. So for the collar, I'll be using this cotton fabric, this plain cotton fabric, to cut out my Peter Pan collar. It's a piece of fabric that I folded into 2. The width of this fabric is 13 inches. Remember, it's on fold, so 6.5 times 2. Then I have a total width of 22.5 inches. So further fold this fabric again into 2. Then from the folded end here, I'm going to go up by 3.5 inches and I will mark this. After marking this 3.5 inches, I'm going to bring in my top piece, that's the bodies of my dress, and then place it on top of this plain fabric. So leave out 1/2 inch towards the sides here on both the front and then the back. So that's going to be for my stitching allowance. So I'm going to place the bodies on it and then I will draw in the neckline. So I'm drawing the neckline for both the front and then the back on this plain fabric. Afterwards, extend the center front line a bit and also extend the center back line slightly. So when you are done with this, take your fabric piece off. Then for the width of my collar, I'm using 3 inches. So I'll mark 3 inches all round. And I'll curve in the front collar so that I can have that beautiful Peter Pan color I want to achieve. So curve it in at the front. Then we are going to cut this out. So I'm cutting out the hem of the collar. And as I proceed towards the front of this collar, I'm going to be adding 1/2 inch sewing allowance to this. So this is the 1/2 inch sewing allowance, and then I'll cut the back too. So for the back, you are going to add 1/2 inch stitching allowance at the back as well. So add that and then you cut out the neckline of the collar. So I'm done cutting. When I open this up, I'll be having 4 pieces for my collar. One is going to be serving as the under collar. So I'll place them on each other. And then I'm going to stitch at the center back 1/2 inch. At the hem, I'll stitch, and then towards the front, I'll also stitch down all around. I'll repeat same for the other color as well. Stitch down 1/2 inch all round, but do not stitch the neckline area. So I've stitched down and I added a bit of interface in a very light one. This is not compulsory. I added to only one part of this color. So the next thing we are going to do is to create tiny notches on the color before we press it down on the ironing table. This is going to help the color to relax nicely. So when I'm done creating the notches, I'll turn the color to the right side and then I'm going to give it a good press on the ironing table. So I pressed it and this is how gorgeous the color looks. So we are going to be stitching this onto the front of our bodies. So I've noted the midpoint of this blouse, and I'm going to place the color on that midpoint. Then I would stitch it down on 1/4 of an inch just to secure the color before I place the lining piece on it. So you are going to stitch down 1/4 of an inch all around. Then you place your lining piece to cover up the front piece this way. So place the lining piece on it, make sure it is properly aligned with the main fabric. Then you stitch down on 1/2 an inch all around the neckline. So I've stitched it down, and this is what the top looks like. We are going to be creating tiny notches around the neckline so that it can actually relax nicely. Remember to create that. And also you top stitch on the top this way just to secure it nicely and to help the whole color and lining sit well on this blouse. So the next we are going to do is to stitch the sides of this top together. So I'm going to align the side back and then the side fronts together. Then I will stitch them down on 1 inch stitching allowance. So stitch the front to the back on the sides. So after stitching down, this is what I have here. The blouse is almost complete, so we are going to be setting this aside so we work on the bottom part of this dress. So for the bottom part, I have here a piece of fabric on fold, and it's just a single piece of fabric that I'm going to be using for this. My fabric has a total length of 18 inches and a width of 35.5 inches. So I'm going to open this fabric up, and then I also have here my lining piece. It is actually the same width as the main fabric. The only difference is that the length of the lining is 14 inches. So I'm going to place the lining piece on top of the main fabric, and then I would head to my sewing machine and draw gathers at the top of the fabric from one end to the other. So I'm drawing the gathers on both the main fabric and then the lining piece all together. So I've drawn the gathers, and this is what the skirt looks like. Remember to leave 1 inch at the sides of the skirt. This is going to be my zipper allowance. So I'll be joining it to the top part of this dress. So I'm going to stitch down on 1/2 an inch to join the top to the skirt part of the dress. So I've stitched it down, and I've also hemmed the lining. So this is what the wrong side looks like, and I've also serged the center back of the dress as well. So what we are going to do next is we are going to be closing the back so we can fix in our zipper. So I'll align the center backs together, and then I'm going to make sure that they are properly aligned. And I have here the zipper I'll be fixing at the back. So I'll place it on it to take note of the point where the zipper ends, and I will go up by 1 inch. So I'll stitch from that 1 inch mark to the hem of the skirt. So I've stitched it down, and I've brought in my zipper, which I'll be fixing at the back. So this is the zipper. I'll stitch one side to the center back, stitch from the top to the bottom, then you turn to the other side of the back and also stitch down as well. So I've completed the zipper at the back, and this is what the dress looks like. This is what the back is also looking like. The zipper is in place neatly. So we are now going to be working on the sleeve for this dress. So for the sleeve, I have here 2 pieces of fabric. The length is 7 inches, and then it has a total width of 20 inches. So I'm going to fold the fabric into 2. I'll be cutting out one of the sleeves first, and afterwards I'll cut out the second sleeve. So at the sides, I'm going to go down by 3 inches and then mark. Then I will draw in the sleeve curve. So this does not have to be curvy at all, so take note of that. It doesn't have to be curvy. So I've drawn this and I'll cut it out. After cutting out, I'll place it on the other piece of fabric and cut out the second sleeve. So I'm going to create a notch at the center of the sleeve, and then I would head to my sewing machine and stitch down the hem of the sleeve. I'll fold in twice and then stitch from one end to the other. I'll repeat the same process for the other sleeve, stitch it down to clean the hem. So I've stitched down and this is what the sleeve looks like. I'm going to bend in 1/2 inch at the bottom of the sleeve and also stitch down to create the casing through which I'll be passing my elastic. So this is the sleeve. I've created the casing, the 1/2 inch casing for the elastic. I have here 2 elastic tapes. This elastic tape has a width of 1/4 inch and a total length of 9.5 inches. So I'm going to be placing the elastic through the channel we created at the hem of this sleeve. So pass it through one side and then you take it out from the other end. You stitch this down on the sewing machine to secure the ends of the elastic. So I'm going to be repeating the same for the other sleeve by passing the elastic through the channel we created at the bottom of the sleeve. So when you are done securing the ends, you fold the sleeve and then stitch down the sides. So I'll also fold in the other sleeve and then stitch down the sides on 1/2 inch. So I've stitched down the sleeve and this is what it looks like. The 2 sleeves are complete and this is what the elastic also looks like at the hem of the sleeve. So I'm going to fix the sleeve onto the armhole and then I will draw gathers at the top of the sleeve. So secure the sleeves onto the armhole. Repeat the same process for the other armhole by stitching down the sleeve and then draw the gathers at the top of the sleeve to create the puff sleeve. So I have secured the sleeve and this is what the dress is looking like. I'm going to be placing a belt on the waist of this dress. So this belt has a total width of 1.5 inches and it should be at least twice the waist measurement of this child. So place the belt on the sides of the dress, then you just secure it on the side with a stitch. So I'm securing only one side and I've done that. Our dress is almost ready. The last thing I'm going to do is to fold in the hem of the dress and then I will stitch it down all around and our dress is complete. This is the final look of the dress. Very simple, very easy. I worked with 2 yards of fabric to make this dress, and thank you so much for making time to watch this tutorial. We'll see you in our next tutorial.